Dear friends of the Familienhaus, last week the German Chancellor and the heads of the federal states met again to discuss how to deal with the corona pandemic. Today I would like to tell you what rules apply to Saxony-Anhalt and what the corona situation looks like, especially in Magdeburg. The amended regulation, which I will present to you in a moment, is effective in Saxony-Anhalt until March the 10th. An opening strategy for the state is to be worked out before the end of February. We will see by then how we can return to at least some kind of normality. It is always important to look at the incidence rate. This tells us how many infections occurred in the last 7 days per 100,000 citizens. It should be pushed as far as possible below 50. A value of 35 would be good. At the end of last week, it was around 80 in Saxony-Anhalt. The current lockdown will be extended once again throughout Germany. Shops, leisure and cultural facilities in Saxony-Anhalt will remain closed until March the 10th for the time being. This also means that our family education programs at the Familienhaus here will continue to take place digitally until then. The migration counseling service is open. Remember to make an appointment in advance and bring your mask when you come for counseling. However, hairdressers and cosmeticians who, for example, do pedicure, are allowed to open again. This is to ensure that older people in particular can take advantage of these services if they are no longer able to take care of themselves. Also, until March the 10th, the contact registration as we currently implement them will be extended. So this still means that meetings are only allowed with members of your own household and a person who is not part of the household. Children under 3 years of age do not count and may be taken along. In addition, it is still permitted to take care of children up to 14 years of age, alternately with another household. The second household should always be the same. In addition, visits and travel should still be avoided whenever possible. The obligation to wear medical, surgical or FFP2 masks also remains in public transport and shops. It is recommended to wear one of these masks everywhere else where 2 or more people come together. Keeping a distance, at least 1.5 meters from other people, as well as through hand hygiene and regular ventilation in rooms must also continue to be observed. A major point in the consultation was, of course, daycare centers and schools. In Saxony-Anhalt, extended emergency care is still in effect in February. Most of the daycare children are at home and most of the lessons take place in homeschooling. From March 1st, the limited regular operation is to begin. For you, dear families, this means the following. The kindergarten can be attended independently of emergency care. As it was the case last year, your children then will remain in the kita in fixed groups. Primary school pupils will be able to go back to school. They will be taught in fixed groups too. However, compulsory attendance is to be suspended. If your children are particularly at risk due to illness or something, they can continue to be taught at home. From grade 5 onwards, a rotation model is to be introduced. Your children will then be taught partly at school and partly at home. Whether the alternation will take place daily or weekly is still being discussed. For final year classes, lessons will also take place at school again. Next week, more information on the exact arrangements will follow. We will let you know. However, we can already tell you one piece of good news about the daycare center. If you did not send your child to emergency childcare but paid parental fees, you will receive a refund for January and February. You don't have to do anything. The daycare centers will take care of it and transfer the money back to you. Since we are in the heart of Magdeburg here with our beautiful Familienhaus, here are some information about the coronavirus in state capital. In Magdeburg, the number of cases of people infected with the coronavirus seems to be decreasing at the moment. Nevertheless, in order to avoid further infections, we must all continue to follow the rules. The mutated virus variants are not leaving our city out either. Meanwhile, more and more people are receiving their first or second corona vaccination. In this regard, people over 80 years of age, people in medical professions, and people with underlying diseases have the opportunity to claim it first. The city informs the people who are affected by letter. It goes from the older people to the younger people now. Maybe you have children who were able to get free lunch at the daycare or school through Bildung and Teilhabe. Some meal providers offer the possibility to get lunch outside of school and daycare. To do this, you need your authorization for Bildung and Teilhabe, send this to the meal provider, and sign a contract until the end of the lockdown. The following food providers are involved: Menü Express, Gastro Concept, Zauberküche, Alex Menü, and Gourmet Kids. The options range from one-site pick-up to home delivery. Please check with the respective provider how they handle this. Even if your children are normally catered for by another service, you can contact them. The portions then will be billed as usual via the Bildung and Teilhabe package at the Social Welfare Center. So far, so good, dear parents. We wish you a good week and see you next time from the Familienhaus Magdeburg.